and Aditya Dhar.
I've heard the name somewhere.
Yeah, I don't know why people keep talking about him. I think a lot. The Dhurandhar of my life. Aditya, again, as a director, someone who really believes in prep, someone who really believes in as much he can give to the writing part. Of course, you're welcome to improvise, but his script is nearly perfect. Is always. I've read. I've worked on Uri. I've worked on Dhoom Dham. I worked on 370. Read Dhurandhar and his other work. The script is are really sacred for him. There is no shortcut there. There's no like, oh, I have to get it approved by the studio. I have to get it approved by someone. Let me just give this and pir, karte hain, or let me. He'll never approach anyone with just something half baked. He'll give it his all out. He'll have a Bible ready. He'll have everything ready that you would want to see the world that he'll present to you. So that detailed his script work is, and his dialogues. And one of the most important things that I've learned from Aditya, which again comes back to playing a real life character or fictional, that of course we sometimes have to lean on external sources when it comes to researching or anything that you're not aware of. But a good script will have most of your answers. So all you have to do is keep reading it again and again and again and again till the time you are tired that I know on page number 68 this is what is coming. On 89 that character is going to say this line, and with a pause. So that thorough you have to be with your script.
Coming back to the last director that you mentioned, when two people are in the same field, it's inevitable that even if you try to avoid shop talk, some amount of it is going to happen. I mean, even if you say, yes, I'm not going to talk about this at all. So in those interactions, how has he influenced you in terms of being an actor? How have you influenced him in terms of being a director? And how both of you influenced each other in terms of viewing films and being around films?
We love talking about films. We love talking.
Oh, so you don't have that when we go home we should not talk shop and all that kind of stuff?
No, we don't have any set rules.
Okay.
I mean, of course, there are moments that now that we are parents, there is no time. But in those moments also, if there's something that I want to discuss or he wants to discuss, we end up, we talk.
Yeah.
He hasn't read any of my scripts. He doesn't read my scripts. I've read his. and when I'm a part of it or not. And he's had a great influence on me on my perspective as an actor. Because he keeps telling me that, Yami, you are a director's actor. At the same time, you must think like a director yourself, right? So when I work in a film, as I said, I'm genuinely interested to what's happening beyond the set. How is the music going to come like? How's the editing going to happen? I'm not going to tell anyone to do their job. That's not my expertise. That's not my business. But I do have a take. I tell all my directors, I was telling Suparna, I tell everyone, Behzad, everyone that you have an AD in me. Okay, so anytime you want to discuss anything, I'm there, right? I'm there anytime.
Right.
And I enjoy this process. I love sitting on scripts and keep working on drafts after drafts. And there are actors whom I've heard this is how they work, and when I used to read about them, I used to hear about them, I used to always wonder, how does it happen? Mm-hmm. How can one have the understanding as an actor or an ability to work on lines, to work on ideas, or how about this kind of music, how about this kind of reference, or how? But I think the answer lies that it all depends from you. It all depends on you. It all comes from within you. So if you have that passion, if you have that interest, which I do, for me it's really important. It's not about I've played my part, done my job well, and that's it. That's also okay. If you're just okay with that, there's nothing right or wrong. But I really want the film to come out in its best form, in its best way, and then present it to the audience. And if it means another hand, another helping hand, it needs another perspective, why not? Mm-hmm. As I said, of late, I've only been working with young minds, with new technicians who have such fresh ideas and fresh takes. there's a beauty which lies with an experienced, of course,
Yeah.
mind, right, with a director. So both somewhere we try and find a balance that, okay, I may not be working with someone very experienced, but this is what it is. Is there anything that I can suggest? Is there anything that, how can I make someone else's dialogue better? Do I need to say anything here? No, I don't think so. I don't think it's that person's scene. And that's about it. And you think, are we stretching too much? Can we also, to be as cost efficient as possible? I think one of my films where you're so happy. I think I was happiest not because I'm getting to go home early, but a 40-day schedule coming to a 33-day schedule is a massive thing.
Yeah.
So that means your prep has to be so strong. You have to go, even if you have a monologue or whatever it is. But I'm not someone who warms up with takes. I'm someone who comes prepared in the sense that this is it.
Okay.
So, and I discuss that with my team. I discuss that with my DOP. So because of the privilege I have had of working in home production with Dhoom Dham and Article 370, I could accompany him for music sittings. I could see how it's happening. I don't have to say if I don't have an opinion. But if I have, and if that gets implemented, I don't have to say this to anyone.
Right.
But there's just a little happiness that, wow, such important people and such professional people, and if there's something that you have to contribute which makes things better, then you just feel, I just feel very happy. I just feel more participated. I feel a film is, while it's a director's medium, absolutely, but it's also a collaboration of different minds, and an idea can come from anywhere, from anyone. And I am someone who really enjoys participating. And that is what I think, and because he as a director really appreciates when an actor calls him or discusses with him or suggests something which, oh, that works even better. So, and I know what impact it can make to a film versus I'm just doing something and I'm just doing something what I'm supposed to do or what has been given to me. There's always a scope for improvement. There's always a scope of improvising till the very last breath on set, but provided your homework is correct. There's nothing, of course, your spontaneity also comes from the fact that your mind has it all somewhere running, and that is how it comes.